Disney, this puts a smile on my face. So, before I get started on this video, I just want to say that I plan to make 3 tonight and a few more tomorrow, just for the sake of it, because there's a lot of topics, and honestly, I kind of wanted to talk about a lot of them. But this one is not going to be about politics, or well, if it is, it's going to be indirect because of the whole wokeness in Hollywood BS that we're currently dealing with. No, this is about Obi-Wan Kenobi and Star Wars. There's been confirmation that Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to have his own TV series. And even better, Ian McGregor who originally played him in the prequel trilogy, is going to return for this TV series. This is a major development, and I think it's something that Star Wars definitely needs. Now again, this is going to be a TV series, and it's probably going to be on the Disney Plus, which I honestly I wouldn't be surprised at this point. After all, Bob Iger actually mentioned that Star Wars is going to take a 3 to 4 year period of hiatus, and during that time, I'm pretty sure that they're going to try to reorganize themselves in at least the filming department. But when it comes to the TV series, there is definitely a little bit more room because unlike movies themselves, which you present to a theater, which can usually be between an hour 30 minutes or even 2 hours long, TV series can get away with this sort of thing because they're in their own episode. They can make as many episodes as they want about the one singular story. Excuse me, I'm still I just ate. They can be able to develop the character to its full potential. That is something that I think a lot of films have been having a hard time with, especially with the current state of the sequel trilogy. And I try to I still remain trying to hold up hope for the Rise of Skywalker, but it's definitely a uphill battle. Nonetheless, this is definitely good progress here on Disney's part, and I hope that this is something that will continue on into the future, because I mean, again, like I said before, there's so much wrong going on with Star Wars right now, and again, it's just really disappointing how bad it has got. I mean, it's saddening. We had The Last Jedi, something made by Ruin Johnson, and it was pretty much trash. While it was a good spectacle to look at, it was just a bad story, some lazy writing, and just too many twists and subverting of expectations, which just ruined everything. And don't get me started about the identity politics in Holdo. Don't. Then we had to deal with Solo. Although, like I said before, well, I say that it's an okay film, Solo, but it didn't need to be made. It absolutely didn't need to be made, and I kind of find it enjoyable, but nonetheless, it still had that problem with the backlash from The Last Jedi, and some of the whole identity politics in the form of L337, and which honestly I'm glad that she's dead after near the end of that movie. Anyway, then we have Star Wars Resistance, and don't get me started with the cringe. It's not even 2-year-olds can like this film. They are that smart that they get into this garbage. It's total cringe. I saw a few episodes of it, and I just couldn't take it. Now, I heard a lot of good things about the finale, and maybe there were, because I saw some clips showing where it picks off with episode 7 with the destruction of Hosnian Prime, but nonetheless, it was just bad. This is something that that would have succeeded under Dave Filoni. Now, while Dave Filoni did work on the pilot, that was all he did until he moved to The Mandalorian. And again, we had to deal with. There's been a lot of failure in terms of Lucasfilm's part when it comes to dealing with public relations, and that has gotten them a lot of flack from the Star Wars community, and on how they handled that. I mean, Jesus Christ, it was bad after being called Russian trolls, after being called racist, sexist, man babies, that sort of BS. I hope in the sooner or later that a lot of these employees will be fired and get someone new that not only cares about the franchise but also cares about feedback, whether it's positive and negative criticism. But hopefully this is a sign for change, because with the soon to be release for Disney Plus, there's gonna be 2 new TV series of the Star Wars trilogy that I'm really excited for. I already mentioned about Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I also am interested in The Mandalorian. Very, very interested. Because that is a time period that we have never seen before. And with Dave Filoni at the helm, as well as Jon Favreau, I honestly have some good expectations for this TV series. Although personally, there's a lot riding on to The Mandalorian because of how bad the situation is with Star Wars. That in order to regain the community's trust, it has to go into a sort of grassroots kind of move when it comes to regaining the Star Wars community. More grassroots, because it's let's just face it, the Star Wars universe, while it's officially owned by Disney, and some people are even thinking that maybe there's also a conspiracy theory that George Lucas still owns the original characters and such. I don't know. We have a major part in the Star Wars universe, and we are the ones that own it, because we are the ones that developed it, that continue to hold it up. I mean, after all, why the hell do you think I'm making this video? Because I want to see Star Wars die? Or what about the other situations with other people on YouTube or BitChute or anywhere which are actually criticizing the whole issue? Hell, even Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, while I have some disagreements with him in terms of what he thinks about Star Wars, he's still making these videos because he cares about it. And I think we need to still care about it. Because while it is owned by the Disney Corporation, a near monopoly, it is held up by the fans. Without the fans, you don't have Star Wars. And I think that's where The Mandalorian comes in. Because if The Mandalorian succeeds, this may regain trust in the brand. Money Matt actually made a similar video about this. And honestly, I hope he's right. I really do. Because it just hurts to see something that I grew up with to be thrown into the trash. Or at the least, just run into the ground. I don't like seeing Star Wars like that. Absolutely not. And I pray that The Mandalorian, as well as the upcoming Obi-Wan TV series, is damn good. And hopefully, this will be a sign that the Star Wars franchise is going to be great again. My name is Noah, the Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below. I love to read them. Subscribe, share with your friends, and like this video. Also, if you guys have any criticisms about how I make this video or what I say, please be sure to either put it in the comment section down below or just personally message me. Thank you.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain.